Hello everybody, welcome to La Casita de Maddie, my house, my little house. I wanted to show everybody how to make sofrito. And if you don't know what sofrito is the base for every culinary dish in Puerto Rico and a lot of Hispanic Latin countries. So sofrito, especially in Puerto Rico, is like green gold, okay? My husband calls it the green gold of Puerto Rico because everything that we make is pretty much has sofrito in it. So I realized, I was talking to my husband the other day, I'm thinking, you know what? I have been out of sofrito. I have been out of sofrito for a couple of weeks actually, which is like super embarrassing. So we decided we're gonna make a simple one. Now, where I live, I cannot find a lot of the things that you normally would use in Puerto Rico. So I just kind of make on my own little recipe that my mom taught me when she came to visit me to deal with what we had. So I'm gonna make like a basic sofrito, okay? So what we need is, of course, you need cilantro. And if you have never seen cilantro, I'll get a little closer. It's like a little leaf, it kind of looks like parsley, but it's very aromatic. And you can find these, I bought these for like 98 cents for this, all of it. And you just need one bunch, all right? The stem is where most of the flavor is. You normally eat the leaves in Mexican cuisine. You decorate a lot with it. You can eat it raw, you can eat it cooked, you can eat it whatever, but it's just a delicious taste to it. To keep the cilantro in your refrigerator, if you find it and you want to keep it for a while, I'm going to give you a little tip. Take a vase. Mine is just a canning jar. Put water in it. Put it inside because it is a living plant and that will make it last longer, and then put it inside your refrigerator. I normally cover it up with a baggie just so the leaves won't get like fridge burn when I call it, but it will last a long time. Then just every 2 days just change the water. So here's the other one. I use one onion, just one regular onion. This is a Spanish onion. I dice it up, kind of like rough it up, slice it up. Then to give it more green, I use one whole green pepper. I have here one whole head of garlic that I kind of cut it up a little bit so make it easier for the, I use my blender, my osterizer. But normally if you want to, I didn't have any, but you can put like maybe a quarter of a red pepper. Red peppers are missing in my house right now. I also have my blender. I also have a little bit of water in case I need to help the liquefy procedure. And I also have just regular olive oil. That's what is right there. Okay, so let's start making this sofrito, okay? I put a little tiny bit of water at the bottom of these. Oh, and I also have these right here. I don't know if you see it. This is where I'm going to store it, all right? So that's just for storage purposes. So to make this very easy, I put a little bit of water in my blender. And I'm going to start with my onions, just because onions hold a lot of moisture and a lot of water, so that will help blend it better. So I'm going to do that right now. I'm going to put that on the bottom, so it makes it easier. So we're just putting the onion here. Now, sofrito, you can put it, you can leave it on the fridge. They say that not to leave it on the fridge for more than 2 weeks. So you want to like store it accordingly what you think you're going to use. I know the holidays are coming up, and that's the reason that I wanted to start with this video, is because a lot of the base for the holidays is going to be using sofrito. I love sofrito. I love the smell of it, and everybody that has tasted it has never complained. So I love it. You can also freeze it. So there's different ways that you can freeze it. We'll talk about it a little bit more later. So I put a little bit of garlic, I put a little onion, and I'm going to give this a rough chop, just because it will be easier for the procedure to go a little bit quicker as you are liquefying it or blending it or whatever it is that you're doing here. But again, you want to use everything. You want to use the stalk, you want to use, because that's where the flavor is. Like if you cook with cilantro, you never just want to use the leaves. You want to use everything in it. So this is pre-washed, like I washed it, and I let it drain for a little bit. So in that way, because it's a leaf, so it kind of gets kind of gritty. So we're gonna put a little bit of this now, okay, and see what happens. My mom taught me how to make these, and I absolutely love it. This recipe, again, you can put so many things. Like if you have oregano brujo, you can put a little bit of there. and let's start and see what happens. Okay? Okay, it's gonna get a little loud. I'm gonna stop it because I don't want to make a mess in here, but you're gonna continue working with that. So we have here a pretty good base. It's pretty liquefied, so this is what kind of we wanted. Now you understand how come my husband calls it the green gold of Puerto Rico, because it totally turns green and it smells amazing. This is like such a good smell. I'm gonna add some of the green peppers now because I don't want to leave it all at the end. And I'm gonna put a little more of the garlic. Really the hardest part of sofrito is just peeling the garlic and doing the onions. That's really the preparation is like one of the hardest parts to do. But if you can do that, making the sofrito itself is just so easy. And it's so delicious and to see. I'm gonna try one more. Again, let's mix it a little bit. And towards the end, I'm gonna put a little bit of olive oil on it. But this is so easy to do. It's almost there. Let's finish it up. So again, this is just a basic recipe that I have for the things that you have. You can put sweet peppers. Some people like to put jalapeno peppers in it. That would totally make it really spicy. So you have to be careful with that. So if your family doesn't like spicy things, make sure that you're buying the right peppers. And the little sweet peppers, you can buy them at the Hispanic market and things, and they have no heat in it. You might want to take the seeds out as you cut it. Of course, you wash, you split it, you put the seeds out. I like to cut them smaller so it makes it easier for the blender. That's the reason why I do it. So let's go ahead and finish it up. Give it one more turn. If you need it to, you can put a little bit more water into it. Let's try one more time and see if we need more water. I do want to put a bit of olive oil. Again, if you had a red pepper, it will give it like a little nice reddish color. So now we have two choices here. We can actually just, if you're gonna use it within 2 weeks, fill this whole thing, use it within 2 weeks, keep it on the refrigerator for 2 weeks. I probably won't use it in 2 weeks, so I'm just gonna put it a little bit in here, and I'm gonna keep part of it on the fridge. And I'm gonna leave again about the same amount and put this one on the freezer. Or if you lack of freezer space, a lot of people go ahead and they use freezer bags. They date it and then they put it in individual size freezer bags. Or you can do it like my grandmother used to do, and she used to put ice cube trays, and she used to put sofrito and all the ice cube trays, put it on the freezer, and then put it on a big Ziploc bag. And then every time she would use sofrito, she would take one of the ice cubes that is already frozen and put it on her sofrito. So there's many things to do it. I kind of like to do it this way just because it's already melted. So again, that will be in my fridge for 2 weeks. I think my grandmother was a genius to put it on little ice cube trays and put it in there and then put it like that, and as she needed it, she would take it out. But that's how you make sofrito. It's very easy recipe. 1 onion, 1 head of garlic, 1 bunch of cilantro, 1 green pepper. Maybe if you have a red pepper, you can put maybe like a quarter of a red pepper. I like to finish it with olive oil. That's the way I do it. And then I put a little bit of water just to help the liquefy process. But that's sofrito. What do we use this for? In anything that has red sauce, basically. That we use it in our red beans, in our pink beans, in our yellow rice. We use it, and my mom puts it also on her meatloaf, meat before when she's mixing it. We use it in our sancocho. We use it on everything. I would not recommend to eat this raw, by the way. This is not like a sauce, like to put over things. This is actually to be able to cook with, okay? This is not to be eaten raw. But we use it in a lot of things. So as we're starting now the holiday season, I wanted to teach everybody how to make sofrito, to tell you how easy it was. They do sell it at the store, but come on, homemade is like amazing. So I just wanted to share that with you. And we'll be doing more recipes with sofrito as we go along. So thank you for joining us. Adios, mami, te quiero mucho. Estamos haciendo tu receta de sofrito. And that was from my mom, who taught me how to make it. So, los quiero mucho. Adios.